saying that got very emotional for you because it was around your birthday.
Yes, and it was a big, challenge. Doing two marathons back to back.
2 marathons back to back. We knew this. We signed up for it. We paid,
Of course.
and we paid for it.
Yes.
So that's the other
we
thing
pay- we
about
pay for London.
marathons. Unless you're like into this charity or I mean big times, or some foundation or some running club, you usually end up paying for them. So you do pay to run 26.2 miles.
Yeah.
And obviously all the travel fees and things like that. I guess we could have another podcast on that as well.
Yeah, it's funny because some of my friends ask me, "Oh, do you get paid for that? Do they pay for that? Do they pay for the hotel?" I'm like, "Sure, they do, absolutely."
It's part of your taxes.
I'm like, "Sorry, I'm not an elite guy.
So-
I'm not Kipchoge."
So what did we end up doing before? What was our motivation to go and do these 2 marathons? I mean, and again, this is where the shark, Mr. Carlos, screws with your head. And not only he does screw with your head, he has a wife that she also
Forget it.
she also screws with your head. She was like, guys, come on. I was like, oh, come on.
So you guys mentioned that you guys wanted to do these 2 races, and then you were doubting a little bit, like, oh, let me do. We're
What's
gonna
gonna
do
be the
this, and we're
training?
gonna do that, and the training and whatever. I simply show you one way that you could get it done, and then you 2 decided to jump in and do it that way.
Listen, it was the best experience ever. I don't regret it.
It was.
I wouldn't, guys.
By the way, we are talking about doing a 50 miler.
50 miler,
A 50 miler.
which is 2 marathons
in one day.
day.
A 50 miles. 5-0.
5-0, not
In
1-5, 5-0.
In one day in the woods.
So the way I learned that, and
Whose contact info are you looking for?
was that me?
See, this is what happens.
We lie.
This is
We're
what
friends,
happens
we lie.
live. So
These phones, they talk too much. Actually, let me.
So the way that I learned to do that, I used to do a lot of Spartan races, right? And their CEO, which I'm not gonna mention the name, everybody knows the name, but the guy, let me drop that. The guy said, if you really want to make, let's say, like a 5K, an easy race, you run 9 miles. So you guys were doing 2 marathons, back-to-back weekends. And the best way to train for something like that is to put both together and do it in one day.
And that's what we ended up doing.
That's part of training.
That's part of our
your
training.
of course.
Who trains for a 50 miler? How can you train for 50 miles? So that's the other thing. We work and we have families. We have little ones. Like Smin has 2 little kids. Carlos has 4 little kids. He has 6, but 4 that are younger. I have 2 little ones. We work extremely hard, very challenging jobs. Long hours, stuff, but thankfully running is a gateway, and it has helped us get away from some of these normal routines. So how you train for 50 miles? You can. We just kept on regular marathon little training that we were doing, and come 50-mile day, it was we just got one goal, and it was get to the finish line.
Well, a lot of people can tell you, "Oh no, you talking crap." If you want to train properly for 50 miler, you have to do your long runs, do at least 40 to 45 miles, or maybe 30 or 35. I don't think we did that.
No.
How?
We didn't do that.
With what time? I'm still married,
No.
guys.
I think what you
I was
guys
to tell my wife that I'm gonna go out for 40 miles every weekend.
We just kept running.
I think the most you guys did was like a couple of back-to-back runs, like compound runs.
We did compound runs.
We did compounds, like sometimes.
And I think we did Ohio before that. I think which race did we do before the 50 miler? I know we did a marathon before that one.
So it might have been Ohio for you.
I think
guys.
it was
'Cause
Ohio.
Ohio was in early May.
Might have been on Ohio.
Yes.
Then, yes.
So
I didn't sign up for that. Full disclosure.
Yeah, that was Ohio.
Nah.
Well, anyway, you 2 ended up doing the 50 miler. I ended up quitting at half point because, being transparent, I ended up not finishing the 50 miler because I wasn't feeling normal that day. So I got really sleepy that day, and I decided this is new. I should be tired, but not sleepy. And I decided to let it go. These guys went on and finished.
Oh my God.
That was crazy when I
Listen.
saw you guys coming in and finishing
Like
crossing the line.
what I tell everyone, they're like, how in hell did you run 50 miles? How in hell did you run 15 hours
Yes.
nonstop?
Yes.
I'm like, first of all, let's not kid ourselves, right? There's a lot of walking.
Yes.
There's a lot of running.
Yes,
we
absolutely.
try to run as much as we could.
We had somebody called
Oh,
Freddy
forget
Krueger.
it. No. That's a story. Go, hold on. Hold that thought.
A refill while hold that thought.
So, the most amazing thing, right? Like, I tell people, and people think I'm crazy. I'm like, I think that it is at least 70 to 80% mental. Running is 70 to 80% mental. And I believe it that way because the way I got into running, I ran an ultra before I ran a marathon. So it was much easier for me for the same fact that Carlos mentioned, right? If you want to run a 5K, run 9 miles. Make it easy, right? So tell me about this. When did you actually feel that you were running a 50 miles?
When I finished.
No. Be realistic.
Nah, again, like I be honest, I was scared. I was concerned. I had different thoughts in my mind. I was like, am I going to be able to do this? Obviously, when you sign up for something like this, the ultimate goal is let's finish. I be honest, I didn't even know how long a 50 miler would take us. I had no idea. I did not prepare myself that this is going to be a 15-hour race or a 10-hour race or a 24-hour race. I had no idea.
Okay, see, he has the mind of a runner. I was like, I started, I'm going to finish it. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to keep moving. Mm-hmm. So I asked you, when did you feel that you were running a 50 miles? You know when I felt that I was running a 50 miles? A mile 45. No lie. It's so mental.
Yep.
Because when you're running a marathon, when do you actually start to like stress and you feel like, oh my God, you can't anymore? Mile 20, right?
Yep.
We're running at 50 miles, and when I was running, I was done with a marathon halfway. I didn't feel like I was running, like I was done.
Right, but
Yeah.
you have to keep in mind that the pace is different.
No, and that's the thing. Like for me, like I obviously, like I said, I threw all that out the window. For me, I wasn't thinking about pace. I was thinking need to get to the finish line. I just didn't know. Like we couldn't track. I wasn't paying attention how long it was going to take for us. It was the thing, getting to the finish line. I know since you were being more specific, I guess when I really felt that I was like, oh shit,
No, it's fine. It's fine. There's no restrictions.
my daughter said she's gonna see this.
Okay, let's block it out. Let's bleep it out.
No, it's okay. It's okay. No, so what ended up happening was I guess I'm out 35 because again I never reached beyond that. I did 29 miles, 30 was manageable, but when I saw 35, I was like, oh man.
No. That became tougher. But when you really felt like,
Let me tell you something. When I first did that race, I went, and I started running in 2014. So when I did
I'm
that
laughing
race,
about something. I'll tell you in a minute.
when I did that race was probably like 2015. The first time I tried it, I got to 37 miles. And the reason I quit at 37 is because I had a huge blister, like the size of this finger. Let me put the camera on me. Like the size of this finger on my heels. And I didn't know what to do with it. I asked people, like, what should I do? And they didn't know what to do. I said, okay, I'm done because it hurts, right? And it's a pain that I didn't experience before. So I quit there. It took me like 3 years, I think it was, to get back to that race. And when I did it, one of the things that I kept doing in my head, well, not in my head, I actually did it. I was taking a picture every 5 miles. Every one of the markers, I was taking a picture. And by the time I got to 35, I said, okay, I got you because I'm feeling good and I'm at 35. This is almost the point where I quit. And I think at about 35, 40, you can see in my face, like I'm not smiling the same way when I'm taking the pictures. But when I got to 45, I'm like, you're done. I got you. You can see the smile just come back again a little bit more.
Yeah.
And
It's so close.
saying that just to show you that it is mental. It is mental because again, my smile changed at about mile 30, 35-ish, 40, but then 30, 45 is like, I got you. I'm
Guys,
finishing
it
this.
is mental, but going back to your first statement about not finishing the first time, there's a lot of things that we learn as runners. That the gear that we put on, the socks, the type of shoes,
How you prepare.
Yeah. So they always say, yeah, you running is just putting a pair of sneakers. I know people that spend a lot more than that. But again, that's not the point. The point is, there's a lot of learning to do. There's a lot of thought that's put into it. There's a lot of materials out there that support, especially this type of long runs.
Yes.
Because you cannot just put a pair of cotton socks and a regular pair of sneakers and just go for this. No. Can somebody do it? Most likely, maybe.
Yeah.
But again, you will get hurt. That's the right thing to do.
You're not going to be happy when you finish that race.
Correct.
You want to be as comfortable as possible
Yep.
with the right gear. Two things to laugh at during the 50 miler. This guy, I got so pissed off. I just wanted to finish. I don't know what point was that. And this guy was taking pictures because there's a lot of nice sceneries there, I'll tell you. And that was the whole reason why I did this race.
We went back like 3 feet.
This guy said, oh, let me take. I said, yo, I don't give a fuck about pictures. Don't tell me anything about pictures. I just want to finish this shit. Let's go. This guy was taking pictures. I was like, yo, I'm tired of taking pictures. You know how many miles you go to taking pictures? And this guy was like, oh, I don't want to take one picture. I was like, yo, aren't you tired of taking pictures? Let's just finish.
That second time, I got lost. But I didn't get lost for too long. I got lost for maybe not even half a mile. But I know the pain of having to go back. And it's like, shit, I missed my turn. and now the desperation, I'm like, lost, how lost I am. How far from the actual course I am. And fortunately, I was maybe like a quarter mile. I ended up doing like a mile, maybe. But I know the feeling because I know the scenery.
Well, it got dark. It got dark.
When it got dark, tell him about the bear. The baby bear.
Bro, at least you knew.
Dark,
at least you knew that it was a bear. Let me tell you, I've been talking to you about Ragnar. Mm-hmm. There's a Ragnar race in New Jersey for you guys that don't know in Wayanda Lake. First of all, this is during bear hunting season, so there's people with guns in the woods as you're doing this thing. There are bears in the woods as you're doing this thing. And everybody who participates in this race has to do a race in the dark, at least one lap in the dark. One of the funny things is usually you wear a headlamp. And when you look to the sides, you see those eyes looking back at you. And you don't know what that is. You don't know if it's a bear. You don't know if it's a raccoon. You don't know what kind of animal is looking back at you. And you just turn around like, oh, and just keep moving.
Yeah.
So
Again, we
saw, man.
Yeah, and thankfully it wasn't dark. It was at around that time that the sun was
still
setting.
Yeah.
But it was again.
Yeah, because you guys didn't finish that late. You guys finished around 8 o'clock, something like that.
Well, when we finished, we couldn't even see.
No, when we finished, it was dark. But I'm saying when we saw the bear,
yeah.
Right. When you guys finished, like crossing the finish line was like 9-ish, maybe. I know it was dark.
Yeah, it was around that time.
It was dark.
So it was so dark when we were running that I told this one, let's just not look back. Because when you look back, it's pitch black.
Yep.
And there was no one behind us. And there was at a point that this lady wasn't behind us for some reason. She came and I got scared.
the lady that kept catching up to you.
No, that's a good story. Oh no! Now we got to tell them about that story.
All right. Go ahead, say it.
No, go ahead.
So, again, this is the first race we ever done something like this. So
out in the woods.
There was this lady. She was young, but she was she was heavy, and what ended up happening was that she was like a speed walker. Like this lady was ridiculously fast because every time that me and Smin ended up running by her, like we would say hey and we just say bye.
Yeah, because
and next thing you know, like we 10 minutes later, she's like next to us.
We banking on like downhill. Me and this guy thought that we were going like
super fast.
6 miles per hour pace. And I'm like, no, there she goes. She comes again. And we're like, what?
Yeah, it was crazy.
It got to a point I feel bad, and I was like, man, we telling bye to this lady all the time, well, we faster than you. I got to a point where I was like, hey, I know we're gonna see you. We're gonna see you later. I'll see you in a minute.
We're like, see you in 5 minutes.
But the thing that always happens is something kicks in. And I don't know if you guys saw that, if you felt it. Something kicks in and you know, like, okay, you're not going to see us again. No? That didn't happen to you?
It got to a point where we don't.
Maybe
where
we
don't
thought
see
about
her.
it, but we kept pushing.
No. But we did like.
That's it. Like after the
yeah,
birthday,
yeah.
we just pretty much
That
kept on going.
happens to me a lot. I always find this one person and we start passing each other. And
Oh no,
passing
no,
and passing and passing.
We went.
And something kicks in at one point, and I don't know what it is, but I just know, like, okay, this is the last time I'm gonna pass you because you're not gonna see me again.
Yeah, no. We did. We passed her, and we never saw her again.
Yeah.
And it was just funny and scary at the same time. Yo, oh my God, how is she doing this? Speed walking.
So
Yeah.
let's get back to the majors.
Okay.
Or you have any more stories about that
again,
one?
we could talk up a whole episode about that one.
Oh, we're gonna be talking here. Forget it.
No,
just so you know, let me put the camera on me again. Just so you know, I'm gonna break this long talk episode because I don't want to keep interrupting and like do an introduction and an outro again and an intro again. I'm just gonna break it into pieces like I did with the other interview that I did before. We're just gonna keep it flowing.
1, 2, 3, yeah.
Yeah. We're just gonna keep it flowing.
So again, the Ultra 50 milers, anybody's gonna do it. Again, it was an amazing experience. It's something that
Will you do it again?
would I do it again?
If it was an exotic, unique race,
Oh,
No, I
will you
think,
do it again?
You know-
the thing is, first of all, I'm the type of person that I would never say never. You know, would I do it again? Yes, I will. Would I want to do it now? No. I definitely have different goals, different things that I want to accomplish, and that's where my mind is. You know, like right now, I definitely want to go through the 6 majors. You know, become get the 6 stars. That would be an amazing experience. I definitely want to train for Boston for on merit. And by merit, what I mean is that I definitely want to do a time qualifier. I want to do a Boston qualifier.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I got injured not long ago, and my mind is not in the right place, which is one thing that happens with us runners. You know, sometimes
with all athletes.
with all athletes.
Yes.
And again, sometimes, you know, there's a little thing, that thing that used to take and click off immediately. Unfortunately, I wouldn't say that it turned off, but it's taking me a little bit longer to get where I want to be. And I know that I got to put in the work.
I'm in the same situation, by the way.
Yeah, I want to put in the work, and that's where I'm at right now. But going back to the positive and fun stuff, so right now, obviously, with that 50 mile amazing experience, would I do it again? Yes. I'm the type of person, I don't want to run the same race twice. That's personally me. Again, some people enjoy doing these things multiple times. No. I feel there's so many different races, so many different things that I might be able to do. But again, like I said in the beginning, this is a sport that you do what you want, when you want it, and how you want it. Nobody's stopping you or preventing you from doing your own goals.
I got to go back to that race one more time because I cannot be done with that race.
I hear.
Where they did not finish.
So for me,
So I have to go back one more time.
So for me, when you asked us both if
Yes.
we would do it,
Yes, of course.
right after we said, no way. Hell no.
Of course,
Hey,
at
depends
that
when they
point,
ask you.
Now, afterwards, you see the challenge that you went through, you know, the reward, you know, how you feel, the big accomplishment, and the purpose what we did it. Right?
And I have a way to reel you in anyway.
Oh no, I know that.
We already have a race that we're gonna go and do together.
Yes.
I'm trying to get him.
Yes, listen, I'm very easy to convince. You show me pictures of nice sceneries, right? It could be whatever race, I'm in it.
So in my case, you could get me in the race. You just gotta talk to my wife. Full disclosure, guys. like.
Here's what's gonna happen. I really wanted to go do it in 2024, right? So next year, next March. Unfortunately, there are other things happening in life, and I'm not going to be able to put that together, right? Because we have that trip to Spain also.
Yes.
Coming at the end of the year, so it's just too close together. So I think what I'm gonna loosely shoot for is 2025 to go do the Antelope Canyon.
I want to do that.
I'm telling you, that
I want to
is-
do that.
Alci,
Everybody in the running community have a friend that in short term
Has a crazy friend.
have that crazy friend. The problem is in the running community, this crazy friend will always try to convince you, and sometimes he becomes successful.
And Carlos is the one.
And in our case, Carlos is that guy that pretty much is we have our own little chat.
Listen, guys. Listen, and let's not kid ourselves, right? How did we easily run those 2 marathons back to back?
yes.
It was because of that 50 miler. I was
yeah.
not afraid. And I tell you that I was like, okay, we're doing London. I'm just gonna take it easy because I gotta, save some energy for Chicago. I did my best time in London.
Yeah.
And then I almost beat the time back later in Chicago.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I didn't beat it because I got a little bit afraid because of my heart rate, and I couldn't manage it, and I didn't beat it because of that. But I was gonna beat it. I tell you, the best thing that we did was running those 50 miles.
And I told you, don't be surprised if you do better on your
Yes,
second
you did
on the
say that.
second one, even those back-to-back
Yep.
weekends.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd say that.
Yep.
So you touch on London. We all did London the same year, which was amazing.
Man, what's the
Amazing.
London medal, man? By the way, these are my medals.
Oh.
Full disclosure. they are my medals.
Well, but they all look alike.
But this guy and I literally have the
he
same.
had to throw that in.
We have the same collection.
You have to throw that in.
We have the same collection. Hey man, this. Anybody that's a runner and get a medal, that's your baby. so those are the.
Are you sure those are yours? Those don't say artsy anywhere.
I don't know, man. You see that you don't play with that. Yeah, so these are London.
My kids have mine.
Guys.
Don't make me pull the
London-
ranks. Don't make me pull the ranks.
London.
No. Listen,
London,
keep being a
London.
host. We shine here, not you. We ask the questions.
London, amazing. London, an amazing marathon. The crowd, the ambience, the streets, the parties that were going on, the costumes. London, it was an amazing experience. Again, you're doing the world majors. Have fun. Go out there, enjoy it.
So
Have fun.
So, seguimos en London. Cuéntanos de la experiencia, Smin, porque así ya habló ahora tú. Cuéntanos de la experiencia de Londres. No nada más en lo que es correr, sino la experiencia del viaje, cómo la pasamos y todo eso.
Es algo, como dijo el Civiade anteriormente, cada ciudad, cada maratón es diferente.
Nos fuimos en español. Vinieron.
¿Cómo sea? No
pues,
importa.
tenemos 4 horas hablando inglés.
Yes.
O se te gastó. No, hay que chequear.
No, porque me está haciendo...
No, I'm saying if somebody's watching the video now, they want to continue. Be like,
Yeah. So let's switch it back to English.
So, okay, you want to ask it in English then? Because I think you asked in Spanish.
Did I?
No, because we were like a Spanish.
was that
Spanish
We're
before.
Spanish.
All right. So going back to London, tell us about but our experience, because we worked together. Our experience in London, not just running, but the trip, where we went, how we interacted with people, where we ate.
Man, let's just be honest. We are kids that came from another country, right?
Yes.
When in our wild mind will
Yes.
we ever think
Yes.
that we will be in London?
Let me stop you right there for 1 second. Remember when we got off the plane, we got on the train, and we got out finally, we got out of the train, we got out in London. What did I do?
What did you do?
I looked at you, I turned to you and I said, we are in fucking
London. Yeah.
And I looked up and I just took a minute.
Listen, man.
Look, I get chills because I
Yes.
do this in every city
Yes.
city like that I go, I take that 1 minute and just kind of take it in. Just, wow, we're here.
Listen, man. The thing is that all these big cities, we would never think that we will have the opportunity right? And the blessing of being in these countries.
We're used to seeing these countries and these cities in movies
In
and
movies.
in the news.
We never saw this reachable, like something
Yes.
that we can obtain, something
Yes.
that we can do.
Yes.
And, thanks to God, we able to do this with this, sport that we do and this hobby, which is a great hobby. We have, good jobs. We have good friends that, that help, whenever we're doing charity. But it's just an amazing experience, traveling to this country. But back to London, man, when I was there, I was like, man, look at this. I mean, freaking London. And we started recording, and I was like, yo, where we at? It was amazing. It's like movies, man. And then like the booths, the cards and everything, like the traffic, how it goes, like
Everything.
different.
I enjoyed everything. Even just watching
I
the
took
cars
it
driving
in.
in the wrong.
I took it in.
Well, not the wrong. On the other side.
On the
of
other side,
road.
Yeah.
Run for us in America, right?
Yes.
But
Yes.
Yeah.
So, what was your favorite thing about the whole London trip?
Definitely not my hotel room. I had no windows. Full disclosure, you go to London, make sure that your hotel room has windows.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Make sure your hotel room has windows. My room had no windows at
He
all.
was at a much
On the 11th floor.
better hotel than us
Yes.
overall, right?
Yes,
But
yes.
then he had a mess up room.
Yeah, nah, my hotel was crazy. Like
I
the
don't.
area
I don't know if it was
that I
your
was-
room only or if it
No,
was
no,
like the.
I think it's a normal thing over there. They actually have rooms in the hotel. The only way that, I be honest, the only reason that kept me, because when I walked in, I don't think I have fear of anything. So I walked in, but it felt weird.
Yeah,
You know,
it's-
like you're
it's-
there, and
yeah,
it's
it's
like, yo,
not
where my
normal to
windows?
have
You want to see the window?
And then I was on the 11th floor, so I said, you know what? Even if I had windows, I wasn't gonna jump. So I was like, okay, So what I ended up doing, I ended up just going there and staying in my room, getting there late so I could just go to sleep. Then wake up in the morning the next day. But yeah, I had no windows.
I'll be
So the
honest with
best-
you guys. My best thing, my favorite thing was just sightseeing. Just going
Man.
to Big Ben, crossing the bridge, and just
that-
walking
all
around,
that
finding
stuff.
little thing like that little museum we
Yes.
found.
The people, the style,
Yes.
like everything, the food, finding like great food and great places.
That
and in
little
the
Dominican,
corner.
that little Dominican place we found.
Oh, we went. Oh, yeah.
It wasn't all that, but it was still good.
It was good. The food was good.
Yo, this guy took me. We in London. And it's only for like a weekend or 4 days. I don't know. It was a short trip, you know.
no,
but
it
we
was
in
like 4
London.
days.
4 or 5 days.
I think it was like 5 days.
We in London, and we on the search for Dominican food. Yo, mi gente, come on. I
Listen.
love my rice and beans.
Listen,
But
we
we
in
found
London.
it. We found it.
But it's not about finding it's not the need of eating that food because
Right.
we eat the food whenever.
Right.
It's just to know the experience, how our people live in this big country.
Yes.
This
Nah,
big,
nah, and
cities.
that was beautiful. You know, we
It was
spoke,
beautiful.
We,
We
we
spoke.
did find the owner. She
They
was
were
from the
nice.
Dominican
They were
Republic.
nice,
They
yes.
were really nice. We were the only people there. We got there a little too early.
No, because we got there
the party
early.
starts in the
Yeah. I mean, they catered for us. The food was like nice and fresh. They were still cooking it when we got there.
Yes. I gotta tell you though, that place get lit
Oh yeah.
at night.
yeah.
I saw
You
all the
know it.
all the beer.
Yeah.
Because they were bringing
Boxes,
beer. They were bringing beer
cases.
as we were eating and bringing cases.
Forget it.
Yeah.
That every one of those restaurants in that little block, they all get lit
Yeah.
at night. You know,
And
that.
we were just like what, like 15, 20 minutes from the actual London city, right?
We were in London. No,
Yeah.
No, we were in London, but I mean like from the central,
no, we were like in the middle. Like I stood like in Piccadilly Circle, sir.
No. What I
no,
mean
no,
is
the
restaurant.
food, the food.
Oh, the restaurant.
Yeah, that was like
For me, it felt like a really long trip. You know, it's like one of these things where you do, like, whenever you go somewhere for the first time.
Yeah.
Like in my case, it was like, I can't believe these guys are making me go to the Dominican
I
spot.
know you did say that, but guess
But
what?
again,
We
I
don't
was,
regret it. We had
I
a
was
great
for the
time.
ride. Like I said, I'm for the ride. I went. I had my.
It was an experience.
I had my arroz
And
con
it was nice to
habichuela.
see. It was nice to see people from the regular communities.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
where we were staying is like downtown. You know,
Right.
like the
Correct.
big-
More
So yeah,
touristy,
if
more-
that's what you mean, yes. So
Yes.
it's true. It takes you a little.
We saw
it takes
people
you
going
away
to
from
work,
the,
right?
Yes.
It takes
We
you
saw-
away from the touristic spot.
Absolutely. You know, it was
It takes you away from the tourist spot, and
And one of the highlights we saw a football game, a soccer game.
Oh, thanks to this guy right here.
Nah, that was fun.
That was
And-
fun.
and
That was
My
fun.
first one ever.
Who almost got beat up because somebody thought that they were cheering for some other team.
So obviously they take soccer over there very, very,
Very serious.
very, very serious.
They
Yeah.
like usually like literally like the fans would sit like separately,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
this guy made some like noise, and they thought that he was like
cheering for the other team.
I was like, oh, you a traitor? What are you doing here? And this guy had to explain himself. They were serious. I was like, oh my god, we're gonna have to fight.
I was like, no inglés, amigo.
Listen, it's so serious that they have to literally like guard the other people.
The visiting team.
They have to score.
They have their own little space in the stadium, and when they get out, they are escorted out
Scored it out.
with police, so that there's no incidents happening when they got out.
And it's funny because the other team is not from like outside of London. It's like
What
from
was
London.
it? Furham. The game that we went to was Furham.
Yes.
Furham, yeah. That was the.
So was the other team the same, like from London, or was it from outside of London? Because
No,
I'm
no,
acting like
they
it wasn't
all-
from London,
Yeah.
like if it was from another country.
Nah, again,
It definitely wasn't from the hometown.
yeah, it was a Premier League.
Guys, come on! It was like the Yankees playing the Mets.
Exactly.
Well,
How
let
can
me-
they kill each other?
well,
They're
let
from
me-
the same city.
Let me put it this way. Back in Dominican Republic, right? And I'm talking about Santiago.
Yeah,
Santiago is a tiny
Yeah.
city compared to New York or London, right? And there's a lot of big fights because one pueblo, one hometown, one town is visiting the other town. They're still playing the same arena. Today you're the hometown, but tomorrow is the other team that's the hometown. And there's still fights. There's still
Yeah.
separate and all of that stuff. It just gets very competitive like that.
Yeah, it does. It does. So Carlos. So I don't know. I don't think he was there yet when me and you got there initially.
No.
That we went to the bar. We're like, oh, you know what? We got there. Like that
my
was
God.
the first night that we got there. We went to a steakhouse, very nice,
Yes.
good steakhouse.
That
The
was-
drink were like amazing.
Yes. And
Right?
The food was good. The steak
Food was really
Really
good.
good.
So we asked the lady, so where can we go? And she gave us like 4 different places. So there was one of those places that was literally around the corner.
Around the corner.
So we went. It was like a little bar, right? Lounge type. We went, music,
It got
nice.
good. It was good.
Yes.
Yes.
The crowd was good. It was dark. Really dark. Me and this guy were drinking, having fun. And we're like, okay, we're gonna be here for maybe 2 hours. You know what I mean? Then we go, we go back to the hotel. We're done with it. They started like hitting this bell, and then they were like, oh, everybody like doing like that, like go out, like, and me and this guy thinking like, okay, the party's over.
It's over. We're leaving.
My man, they were pointing.
Wait.
they-
Before you get there,
Oh.
we thought that the party was done, and we head out. We are getting out, and we're leaving.
we didn't get to get out.
Yes, we did.
We did.
We did. We were outside
Yes,
where the
yes,
line
you're
was.
right, you're right. And I said, Carlos, but wait.
We're kind of leaving, and I think it was you who said, wait. And I look back, and I see people like going around the corner and going down the stairs. I'm like, what's going on here? I'm like, let's go find out.
Yeah.
So there was a downstairs.
My man, a full-blown club. Everybody was lit.
What was it, like
DJ
1 o'clock maybe?
Yeah, it was like 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Music, people were like New York.
That's
time.
when the party started.
The party
I was in
started.
the plane. Full disclosure, I was in the plane. I didn't.
And
get
we
to
found
have
this guy.
I didn't get to have this experience.
Remember that guy, that dude?
Yes.
Yo, this guy, out of the blue, he starts dancing with everybody.
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
to us.
Yeah, he was really cool. He
Next
was
thing
like,
you know,
"Yo."
we're buying each other drinks.
So he was Brazilian, and he was like, "Yo, what's up? Blah, 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 blah. Are you guys from New York?" And he was like, "Yo, this is my party. I mean, I come here all the time." Blah, 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 blah.
Hey guys, that is all for this episode of the Let's Talk About It All podcast. Stay tuned to the show so you can see the next episodes where Smin, Alci, and I keep talking about all the majors and our trips to these amazing cities and venues, and how we did and what we did in during these trips and in these races. If you like the show, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit that bell icon so you get notification when we release new episodes. You can follow us on Instagram at letstalkaboutit.all. You can also visit our website, letstalkaboutit.all.com. On that website, you can see all the episodes that we released on videos. You can listen to all the episodes that we released on podcast form. You can access the contact us form and let us know what you think about the show, or maybe on a specific topic that you want us to cover. And remember, destiny does not wait for anyone. You have to go out there and make it happen. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode.